So anyway, on to the first question, which is about cigarettes and smoking, and it's from Dan Bethards on YouTube, and he said, great vid. I don't know which one he was talking about. Didn't sound rambly to me, probably last week's video. I really enjoy the vids, the wisdom and the experience, very helpful. Thanks again for your help. The question, we are the same age and sounds like we have much of the same history, smoking, 30 years of drinking, etc. I'm on day 6 of not drinking, and I tried to stop drinking and smoking at the same time. Couldn't do it, it was too much at once. I feel kind of bad for it. Started smoking again, but I'm very proud of my 6 days of not drinking. Do you think tackling those two items together is too much, too soon? Oh, sorry. Do you think tackling those two items together is too much and separating them is wise? I'm definitely going to quit smoking soon. With a high-stress law enforcement job, quitting drinking and quitting smoking was too much. Finally, the question, what is your opinion on my situation? Break the problems down individually or go in and handle them all at once? Thanks. You know, really, from everything that I've been reading, there's sort of a divide about which is the best way to go. You know, some people do say that you should try and handle multiple things at once. Other people will say that you should only try and do one thing at once. Now, because there's this divide, and because I haven't sort of made a connection with any of the arguments apart from my own experience, I can only go on my own experience, and that is that every time I've tried to quit doing more than one thing at once, I've always failed. You know, and I'm talking about personally. A lot of the time down through the years, I've got to New Year's Eve, for instance, and just said, right, that's it, New Year coming, fresh start. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop drinking. I'm going to stop smoking. I'm going to get exercise every day. I'm going to learn a new language. I'm going to, you know, and I'd have a long list of stuff that I was going to do. And I'd start out really, really good. But it's just impossible to do so many things at once and to make so many changes at once, I think, personally. I think if you have the right tools, if you have a good plan, I think it's possible to do 2 things at once, 3 things maybe, you know. I think when I stopped drinking, for instance, I did lose weight, and it wasn't a goal. It wasn't a goal ultimately to lose weight, but it wasn't the goal was to stop drinking, period. You know, I just wanted to get that out of my life. And then once I'd done that, I could work on other things. But the weight started coming off me because I was exercising more. I was getting out and trying to fill the void, fill my life with different things. So I didn't substitute and try and fill my life with junk food or anything like that. I mean, I'd always sort of had a good diet. So just taking all the alcohol out of the equation and adding the exercise in and really carrying on with the way I was eating, I did lose the weight. So I did lose some weight. But it is like there's everyone's an individual, and if you think it was too much, as you said it yourself, you said doing both together was just too much, then it was too much. And you know, what you have to do is to really see which is the thing that you want to get out of your life most. I know both of them can. When I was trying to stop smoking, I was trying to stop smoking for years, and it was only fairly recently, you know, relatively speaking, that I even considered that I had a drinking problem, or that drinking alcohol was a problem in my life, that it was an abnormal thing to do. You know, and it's only since I stopped drinking really that I can see things as they really are, you know, how ludicrous it is to sort of say, well, alcohol drinking is normal. But anyway, that's another story. You know, I hear this all the time. You know, people do say, well, you know, I'm buzzed up for this now, and I'm really going to do it. I'm going to quit drinking, and I'm going to stop smoking, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And it's, it's, focus. Just focus on one thing at a time. That's from my experience. Now, I might change that in the future when I've learned more about the processes myself. But for now, I can't see any other way to getting past this one big thing than to really focus on it. And there's a few different reasons for that. One of the reasons is because if you try and do too many things at once, and you fail at one of them, then that failure could sort of lead to you thinking bad things about yourself, thinking that you're a failure, and that, if you've obviously failed in this thing, so if you're trying to quit drinking and smoking and you're trying to lose weight at the same time, and if you go back on the cigarettes, for instance, you could start thinking, well, if I'm a failure at quitting smoking, how long is it going to be really before I go back on the alcohol? Or how long is it going to be before I go back to the shop and buy a trolley full of Oreos and pizzas? So that's one of the reasons. Another reason that I would suggest focusing on one thing is because you can learn so much about yourself, about how you implement the changes in your life, and how you deal with things. You can learn a lot about your strengths and your weaknesses just by doing the one thing. And then once you've gone through that one thing, that bit of education about yourself can help you with the next habit that you need to deal with, and the next one after that, and it's the same thing that can help you to build up good habits as well. So really, which one would you quit first? I'd say that whichever one is causing you the most grief, do that one first. So until next time, I'm Kevin O'Hara for Alcohol Mastery. Onwards and upwards.